We made it. Officially done with my rookie season in the NBA. With the finals concluded and the draft approaching, this might be the biggest time in the NBA season. This is the time where teams look to secure their future and give their fans new hope. 60 young prospects are about to hear their names called and embark on a new NBA journey, while guys like me return to the NBA looking to improve their game and keep their names on a roster sheet. And I'm not entirely sure what this offseason will hold, but I'm back home in Chicago, ready to start my summer one day at a time. Back home in Chicago, and I had to link up with Lil Bro. We're about a week before the NBA draft, and as of right now, my boy Tayvion is expected to be the #1 prospect taken off the board. If you kept up with my story, you know I checked out one of his games earlier this season, and he was a dog, but I didn't know he was this highly thought of. Apparently he was a shoo-in for the #1 pick, and in the 2024 NBA draft, the Charlotte Hornets had that pick. And now we're about a week away from seeing my boy's dreams fulfilled, and not even just his dreams, my dreams too. In just a few months from now, we're gonna be competing against each other at the highest level, and I can't wait. I wasn't even a natural point guard coming out of high school, but now we're gonna match up perfectly. But to be honest, Tay was a better prospect than I ever was. I mean, you guys saw how my rookie season went, so I felt like my job was to prepare him for the NBA as best as I could. But I guess it had been a minute since we played each other because I didn't know bro was jumping like that. And despite my improved shooting game, it really was no match in this little 1v1. Tay was cooking me, and I knew it right then and there. He was ready to take the NBA by storm. Really wasn't much I could teach him. This man had all the tools in the toolbox: jump shot, athleticism, competitiveness. It wasn't a guarantee, but if the Charlotte Hornets did draft him #1, they were getting a dog. And him and LaMelo could do some damage in the NBA. And for me, I thought this was a nice way to start my offseason, a workout with my bro. And the next week, it was official. Tayvion got drafted #1 by the Charlotte Hornets. And for the Pelicans, we had the 21st pick, and the team drafted a point guard out of Memphis, which made it uncertain for me and CJ's future. And with Summer League approaching, I had a big point to prove. This part of the offseason takes us to Las Vegas, Nevada, for the Las Vegas Summer League in 2024. I had one job and one goal: to lead my squad to a Summer League title. We had a lot of returning faces, and with the rookie, I felt like we had a great chance, no matter who we were facing. So I came out and set the tone myself. I got a steal and did what I do best: dunking, finishing right over top of this random rookie and setting the tone for my squad. I had a no let up mindset. Listen, this was setting the tone for season 2. I had to prove to myself, Pelicans fans, and management that I'll be the guy going forward. No matter what happens in this offseason, my mindset was focused on becoming a better player, a better leader, and leading this team past the first round. That sweep by the Lakers left a bitter taste in everybody's mouth, from top to bottom of the organization. And Summer League wasn't the regular season, but I treated it like that. To be honest, I could have been bitter about them selecting a point guard in the first round, but it turns out this dude is incredible off the ball. And for the first couple games of Summer League, I was averaging over 25 points, 8 assists, and 6 rebounds, making myself an easy candidate for the Summer League MVP if we got through the tournament. We won our first 3 games in the Summer League, and we were rolling. I know the Twitter world is going to be like, oh, look at the fake Summer League champions. Well, it doesn't matter. It's about building chemistry and be ready for the vets. They had nothing to worry about. The future was bright, and management had some big decisions to make this offseason, but I wasn't going to be a part of it. I was locked and loaded. I played about 4 games in the Summer League, and management informed me this would be my last. But as I was going for a steal against the Grizzlies, I felt a pain in my wrist. Something popped, and I knew it. This was my first ever injury in the NBA, and I couldn't believe it. In Summer League, I was having such a great start to the offseason, and in that moment, I wasn't even sure what happened. I thought I might have broke it. Herb and Dyson tried to keep me calm in the moment, and I appreciate that. When I got back to the bench, the doctors informed me that I sprained my wrist and I'll have to sit out for the remainder of Summer League, and it'll take me about 4 to 6 weeks to fully recover. It was technically good news. Since nothing broke, I didn't need surgery, but at the same time, I have to sit on the bench watching my team end up losing in the Summer League tournament, and there was nothing I could do to help. It would have been nice to win, but who won? The Oklahoma City Thunder. I don't know how they do it, but apparently they had an amazing draft this offseason, and they reloaded with even more talent. And while my Summer League ended in pain, team management informed me that I had nothing to worry about heading into free agency. While I was balling out in Vegas, July 1st marked the beginning of free agency, and Brandon Ingram apparently requested a trade after the sweep, and the team granted it, trading him for Zach LaVine, making the biggest trade of the offseason. Following suit, the team was disgusted with CJ's performance in the playoffs and decided to trade him to Philadelphia for Tobias Harris. And to top it off and make matters worse, I lost my dog. Jonas Valanciunas was traded to the Cleveland Cavaliers straight up for Jared Allen. Just like that, we got a brand new squad. I guess that's the nature of the NBA. It's really a business. BI, CJ, and JV, gone. Man, I'm gonna wish them guys nothing but the best. It's August and we're in Phoenix, Arizona at the facility. Thanks to Zion and Jordan Brand, I got invited to an inaugural event called Now vs. Next. While I was still recovering from my sprained left wrist, this was a chance for me and the young rookies in the NBA to become future Jordan ambassadors. They gave us free gear, free shoes, and a chance to rumble with some of the vets of Jordan brand, and I took full advantage. My wrist was feeling awfully fine right about now, and I feel like I didn't skip a beat. And me and Tay on the same team? You just gotta go back and check our high school record to know what that does. But we were going against Jason Tatum, Bam Adebayo, Bradley Beal, and Zion. And humbly speaking, me and Tayvion were clearly the best players on this court today. I wasn't sure what my future held with Jordan Brand, but I knew one thing. 2 kids from Chicago came into this run and cooked up, and they had a big decision to make. They already had their veterans, but if they needed new talent, look no further. I was hitting post fadeaways and attacking the basket, and Tayvion was doing Tayvion things. I knew it was a long shot for me. I wasn't the number 1 draft pick. I'm not a prolific scorer. I had an average rookie season, but this offseason, I took it more serious than I've taken anything in life. And at the end of the runs, I had a 1v1 versus Jason Tatum, and I decided to hit him with his own move and close out the runs with a 3, making my statement and my presence felt. After that Game 4 against Los Angeles, I had a bitter taste in my mouth with the way that ended, so I had to be clutch. And I felt like this set the tone for the rest of the summer. While we missed the old vets, the city of New Orleans was excited for the future. Me, Zion, and Zach, we represented the future of Pelicans basketball. The season is right around the corner and media day is approaching. Zion called the guys up and we met at a local high school gym. This is our first time really getting some real action together. And just like old times, we got a 3v3 session in, except with some new faces. So it was Zion, Zach, and Jordan Hawkins. And it was me, Tobias Harris, and Jared Allen. And I teased Tobias by wearing the Dreamville shirt. You know, he looked like J. Cole. Felt like that was a good way to get the team chemistry going early. And in the runs, we took it oh so serious. Everybody was going 100% full effort. I mean, look, we got a month and a half to lock down this team chemistry before the regular season starts. But the vibe was different. There was a different hunger to this team. And I'm not just saying that because Zion is on the court. Listen, a lot of people are questioning Zion's ability to be a main focal point on a championship team. And for Zach and Tobias, they've had really successful NBA careers without a championship to show for it. And it'll be nice if we could lead them to that ring. And for me, you guys know what I'm here for. I got a big season ahead of me and a lot to prove. With Zion capping us off with a big time dunk and a flex, team runs were successful. It was all smiles as we were leaving the gym. And with media day approaching, I low-key almost got emotional. Just last year, the team was looking completely different. And now everything is all smiles, but I couldn't help but think about my guys like CJ and JV. 2 guys who had a really big impact on my rookie season. And my second training camp was very successful, this time being an active member. Last year I was on the Lakers and I was just looking to survive and make the NBA roster. This time around, I'm establishing myself. But me at the point, the offense runs so much more smooth. And ever since I got to New Orleans, coaches had me running with the second unit during a lot of our practices. But I understand why. He wants me to build that dog and competitiveness that I'll need to be able to attack the best of the best when it comes time to run the point in the NBA. I'm gonna be facing some dogs this season, and I can't wait. And with the new faces, the energy was great. The vibe was at an all-time high, and with the season right around the corner, I couldn't think of anything to ruin my excitement. That was until I got the worst news of my life.
Breaking news in the Loop tonight. A shooting in a high-rise at 63 East Monroe. We're told an argument led to shots being fired on the 48th floor. A man was shot 3 times. He's in critical condition. Police arrested the gunman. No charges yet. On the morning of September 31st, 2024, I got the worst news of my life. Tayvion Marshall Cole was shot and killed in Chicago. My brother. To make matters worse, police released the footage of the killing on the internet, and I had to watch my brother lying cold. And that nightmare was stuck replaying in my head. I went back to Chicago for the funeral, and I was reminded how much he impacted the city. The NBA. Everybody was mourning this loss, not just me, but it felt like I lost a family member. That's how tight we were. Anywhere you went in the city, you looked up and saw Tay. Felt like an angel was watching us. October 2nd, I attended the funeral, and I had some words, but I was overcoming emotion. I had to begin my next NBA season without my little bro. That funeral was the worst day of my life. Going forward, I had a mission. I had to do it for Tay. As if I wasn't already motivated enough for season 2, I had a different chip on my shoulder. I promised Tayvion's mom and family that I would do it for him. I promised my own family that I wouldn't take my opportunity for granted. I promised my teammates that they had my full attention and dedication, whether it was practice, workouts, or during the game. And for myself, I was ready to give this game my all, even more so than I had been. With opening night right around the corner, I owed the city of New Orleans a big time year. Whether I'm doing it for Tay or doing it for myself, season 2 is set to be special, and I'm ready.